for my good friend, a Toronto FC legend, and this year's head coach of TFC Special Olympics Unified Team. Make some noise for D-Roll, aka Dwayne De Rosario, joined by the players from the team.
Hello, join me today with my good friends and teammates from TFC Special Olympics Unified Team, and we're happy to be here because of you. You inspire us all, and I just want to say I look forward to highlighting one of this awesome change maker in the audience. I want to recognize a great change maker in the audience, Tammy Catalano from Annunciation Catholic Elementary School. Where are you at? Each year, Annunciation hosts a 5K run to support We Villages, encouraging healthy living.
Democracy is a people's democracy. The people, my father said, have the potential to do great things, but they are also fallible human beings. People make mistakes. They make grave mistakes. He said that our democracy is vitally dependent on people who cherish its ideals and actively engage in the process to make it work. He took me to a presidential campaign headquarters and volunteered. And I learned that by working together with other passionately dedicated volunteers, that we can make our system a truer democracy. Today, I see our future being built by all of you, inspired by ideas, and collectively working together to make our world a better place. All of us.
Yo! What the? What are those guys? What the hell? What?
Protesting by 5:30. Yeah, do we get overtime for this?
Sure, you can all get overtime.
All right! Yeah! Down with Japan!
That's one gigantic crowd of people. Holy crap, there's a crowd of people. There's even cops down there too. There's even the police down there. Wow. God. Swarmed with people. Holy crap. was gonna say. You don't see them anymore.
Three times a day to eat lousy food in a noisy mess hall. It became normal for me to go to school in a tar-papered barrack and begin the school day with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I could see the barbed wire fence and the sentry tower right outside my schoolhouse window as I recited the words, "With liberty and justice for all." Too young to understand the stinging irony in those words. The war ended, and we were free, just like that. The government gave us a one-way ticket to anywhere in the country that we wanted to go to, and $25. When I became a teenager, just like you guys,
now get 0% financing for 84 months, plus up to $6,000 in total discounts.
Who has an all-time great career ahead of him. You know names like Rachel McAdams, Ryan Gosling, Michael Cera. Well, his name is already amongst those stars and he's just getting started. You know him from the Oscar-nominated movie Room and star of the upcoming movie Wonder. Please welcome my good friend, Jacob Tremblay!
What's up, lady? There are so many of us here today, and the greatest thing about that is we all are so different, but we all have something very important in common. We want to be accepted and treated just like everybody else. And us kids, no matter how young we are, can teach the world a thing or two about being kind. Nobody should ever...
thank you for that tremendous meeting. And it's great to be here in Toronto. The energy I feel here is just like at a Star Trek convention. Did you know that Star Trek is now over 50 years old? And I'm a veteran of the Starship Enterprise. As Lieutenant Sulu, I soared through the galaxy, driving that massive starship with a crew that hailed from all over this planet. People of many different races, cultures, and faiths, all working together as a team.
Hey, we day! I'm proud to be here today as a Wee Schools teacher, and I want to take this opportunity to congratulate every teacher who's here today. Last year, my students raised funds to support Kenya and donated a grant they won to the Young Street Mission. They've been involved in a number of campaigns, including We Scare Hunger, We Volunteer.
This year's award winners, we ask that you save your applause for the end.
For the We Are Community Leaders Award, Cheyenne Hardy. Cheyenne is taking positive action in her community, working to defy stereotypes and bring positivity and change.
For We Are Global Leaders, Joshua's looking to end stigmas around autism, raise awareness on the global stage, sharing his story and inspiring others to do the same.
For We Are Social Innovators, Lindsay Cummings. Lindsay is tackling social problems through her own soap-making business, Soap for Hope, to support health projects in Ecuador and education projects in Kenya.
And for We Are Agents of Sustainability, we have Donovan Ferrani, who's with us and dedicated to environmental sustainability, encouraging Canadians to use more effective, eco-friendly solutions. So now that you've heard these four amazing young people, let's give them a giant round of applause!
A big championship here next year, next August, so definitely looking forward to coming back to Toronto and competing.
And that's really important. It sounds like it really helped you understand who your support was, which I think is awesome. Now, I want to ask both of you a couple questions. What is the best way to juggle your training and your studies? Because I know you guys train so hard, but how do you put school into that?
Oh yeah, for me, it's just time management. Just trying to find the balance. You know, I think Penny would say the same thing. You know, her life has changed here. She has to try to find the balance between going to school and doing a lot of events, but just trying to take the time to do both. You know, maybe about 3-4 hours here, 3-4 hours there, and still try to spend time with your family.
That's a tough one. Okay, so Penny, how can sports shape young leaders?
I'm a little hungry, not that hungry.
I think sports can really help shape young leaders just because sport gives you
From Father John Secondary School. Congratulations, Julia. Now, I hope each of you here today uses everything that you see, that you hear, and that you experience as motivation to change the world, just like Julia. Thank you so much and have a great meeting!
And for each and every girl here in this audience, you're just as strong, powerful, capable, smart, funny, beautiful, and awesome as every single one of those women too. So here's what I want us to do. Okay, pay attention. Here's what I want us to do. I want us to end girl-on-girl hate forever. I want to block out the negativity, hit unsubscribe, tell it to go away, just delete its number off your phone, okay? And how are we going to do it? Well, it looks like a simple hashtag, but it's actually a world-changing philosophy. It's called Girl Love. Girl Love is all about ending the cycle of girl-on-girl hate and encouraging girls to empower one another, because
to not only persevere, but to overcome any obstacle.
Here in Toronto, military veteran athletes are showing us the spirit of teamwork, of the will to succeed, and the power of we. Athletes have not only been sprinting for the finish line, but turning around to high-five the last person in.
Celebrating the invincible nature of teamwork and the human spirit is what inspired the Invictus Games founder, Prince Harry, to organize the event.
We wanted to share a message with you from Prince Harry, someone who deeply believes in the spirit of Invictus and the power of we.
He's spoken at We Days before in the past, so we asked him to join us today. And
What?
He said, yes.
Oh my God.
Together on their lives. The sales from the Girl Love Rafikis, are you ready for this? Helped send 600 girls to primary school. Isn't that amazing? And you but make some noise for yourselves right now. This year, we're dreaming even bigger. Now, my birthday was 2 days ago. If you didn't get me a gift, that's okay. I'm gonna forgive you for right now, okay? But I still want to tell you my birthday wish. Can I tell you? Okay. My birthday wish is I want girls everywhere to go to school and have the chance to become the best versions of themselves. So, please, I'm asking you all, head over to we.org, pick
and to take real action, to stand up for what you believe in. So before I close, I want to make a deal with you. The hundreds of servicemen and women that have gathered here for the Invictus Games, they share your enthusiasm for service and duty. I want you to listen to their stories. If you see them around town, introduce yourselves. Make some new friends. Hear what they and their families have been through. Hear how they have overcome incredible challenges, and let yourselves be inspired. And if you do that, I promise you that I will work to do. Here we got singers over here. What we got? Say, let's get these crowd hype. How would you get the crowd hype right now?
What? Oh, no, go there. Go there.
There you go, there you go. How about people on this side doing we don't know how to do that? Okay, here, right here.
Let's take a look.
Oh yeah. Everyone's talking about the big bathroom debate, transgender people using the right bathroom. Toxic masculinity.
The health crisis in young kids.
Racism in sports.
Labor is inherently exploitative.
People like to say, you know, if you act this way, it makes you less of a man. If you wear pink, it makes you less of a man. There are other issues within the bathroom as well, and number one would be urinal etiquette. President Trump is not an ideologue, he really is an opportunist.
There needs to be a bigger push on teaching your kids how to cook and how to eat fresh food.
Furthermore,
people allow people to be racist and say that, well, like, violence is not the answer.
Help me welcome 3 of the very opinionated stars of the new series Sides, Frank, Layla, and Michael.
All saying no to pessimism and cynicism. Here in Toronto, with both We Day and the Invictus Games, we are saying yes to optimism, yes to hope, and yes to belief. We are putting service and giving back at the heart of everything that we do. The thousands of you gathered here are proof that today's generation of young people is the most connected, most energized, and most confident the planet has ever known. You know that differences of opinion, of circumstance, of race and religion are to be respected and celebrated. You know that in a
we are Generation We.
In a time where it is so easy to be divided,
We bring people together.
we stand united.
Today, we celebrate what it means to embrace our differences
To celebrate our cultures, to share our stories,
and to learn from history.
together, we are writing our country's next chapter.
From coast to coast,
unstoppable.
We are
Generation, 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 generation.
All right, we there. Now to get this show started, y'all are gonna have to get loud. So we dares make some noise and count it down with us. Louder. All right, we did. Our next performers have been topping the charts with their hit song, Reminding Me. Give it loud to Vanessa Hudgens and Sean Hall.
She keeps reminding me that you're still gone, I'm still lonely. She's spitting out the wine I forgot she left behind. Thank you, Trevor!
Two brothers, fueled by the desire to live, by the hope the world can be a better place. They called it We Day.
More than an event, it launches a year of actions for social change.
You can't buy a ticket to it.
Tens of thousands in attendance.
Hundreds of thousands watching online.
Millions watching on TV.
We Day is the movement.
The We movement helps to support your passion for a better world.
Time to stop complaining that there's nothing to be done, and instead actively take steps, truly living we.
We the generation that's gonna run the world.
Together, we can truly live we.
For everything that divides us, there's so much more that unites. Believe in the power of we.
I stand here in front of you as living proof that we can redefine what is possible.
I tried to change life, and I realized I don't know how to be anything but myself.
I know we all have some weaknesses, but it does not mean that we don't deserve to be special.
I'm born with one finger on my left hand and a lower leg that was curved in, and this hasn't slowed me down at all.
We-Day is all of you, the few, the dedicated, coming together to change this world.
Some people don't think it's cool to help others. Personally, I think it's the coolest thing in the world.
Are you ready, We Day? It's gonna change the world. It's gonna be
I've never experienced anything like this before.
We Day has changed my life. I'm so impacted. I can't even describe to you. I'm so excited to get started.
Are you ready to change the world?
You guys are awesome, We Day.
We Day! Let's make some noise for the brothers who are making doing good doable. The brothers who started it all. Co-founders of We, Mark and Craig Gilmore!
You know this, the hurricanes, floods, the natural disasters. So you follow the news, you know that today we live in a world gripped often by fear and division. We see walls going up and borders closing. As we come together today on the 10th anniversary of We Days, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, to say that the problems of our world are just too big, and honestly, some of the world leaders have done just that. They've really shrugged off their responsibility to the global community. They've actually turned inwards, dividing instead of uniting.
The challenges we face are daunting, but in times like this, we need to think back, Greg, to a conversation we had years ago.
You know, we were sitting with an amazing man, the anti-apartheid activist. That means he helped to end a system of segregation in South Africa, and a Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Yes, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, he's actually one of the reasons why Nelson Mandela walks free today.
When we were younger, we told Archbishop Tutu we'd come to so discouraged. We stopped reading the newspaper because every day you open it up and you see the news and it's only filled with all the suffering in our world.
You know, when we said that to him about all the suffering, he looked at us and he said, you know, the newspaper, it's not a collection of all the tragedies. He said it's actually God's to-do list, delivered right to our front door to challenge us to take action. Now, let me be clear, I don't think you have to share his faith, or for that matter, any faith at all, to appreciate the meaning and the challenge of how he challenges us in his words.
Because, ladies and gentlemen and friends, there are two fundamental choices, in how to live our lives. We can choose apathy,
you know, and walk past that homeless person in the streets,
or we can engage with the world, and if you believe in that, make some noise.
And every single day, including today, we have laid in front of us opportunities to make this world a better place.
We can choose hope, we can choose optimism,
and we can choose to create the world that we all want to live in, a better world.
We want to see a change, we want to be the change, and again, if you believe in being the change, let's hear all your voices together.
So in coming together this morning and looking at the state of our world, if you've ever had self-doubt, if you've ever really wondered if you can make a difference, listen, we got your back. We know, because when we were just teenagers in 1995, we felt the same way. We read a story about a young child slave named Iqbal Masih on the front of our paper, and I wanted to help, so I went to my grade 7 class and I asked my friends, will you join me? And honestly, we never set out to start a charity. In fact, we started by calling other charities. We said we wanted to help, and they said we were too young. They said you could send money, but not much else.
So there was no meaningful way back when to get people involved, to get back, and we couldn't find anybody to support us.
But eventually we did find that support, and it was in our parents, and in our teachers, and in our classmates. And after 20 years, the We movement is here today with a stadium filled of changemakers.
That's the reason we're so excited to be here today representing We's the organization simply we wish we had when we were younger.
Because we exist to make doing good doable.
We believe in you, and we believe together we can share that passion for a better world.
Because we believe that we want to bet on you as change makers, and we give young people the tools and the skills they need to create change.
Like a billion drops becoming an ocean.
Together we become something powerful, something unstoppable.
Together we can have a tidal wave of impact. In the words of Robert F. Kennedy, we can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance.
So if you are willing to choose hope and optimism,
if you are willing to come together right now,
we want to hear all of your voices together, raised loudly as one.
We learned as teenagers that a better journey to have an opportunity to change the world starts with education. It starts in classrooms. Now, all the teachers, we love you, by the way, all the teachers. We know that the purpose of education isn't only reading, writing, and arithmetic, it's also to turn students into leaders. The knowledge and the skills to better our communities.
Well, and to give back to the world, to create a better world.
To succeed academically.
And to engage as citizens. That's the mission of We Schools.
So We Schools is the key to getting involved at home, and We Villages and how you make a difference around the world. With the 5 pillars of international development, So we're going to hear a lot about education, clean water, food security, opportunity, and healthcare, because we know that you have today created amazing impacts. You're the engines that drive We Villages, your bake sales, your coin drives, your birthdays for cause have built, hear me on this, you have built over 1,000 schools and schoolhouses all around the world, with 200,000 children graduating from those schools. We are so proud of you. Your car washes and your lemonade stands have given 1 million people clean water for the rest of their lives and 15 million nutritious meals. Give yourself a round of applause! Wow! Like what these young people do, what the students in schools do is amazing. So imagine with us for a moment what we could do if we all come together and if we commit as one goal as young Canadians to make a difference. Imagine, Frank, if everybody here today pool their efforts and together we aim to provide local opportunities and global education. And globally to make sure that every girl and boy, but especially girl, has a chance to go to school. So as we talk about local actions you're going to hear throughout today, we also want to present a really big global one. We want to challenge every school in Canada to have a sister school in a developing country. Because when you give one child a chance to read and write, you open that door for the child to fulfill their dreams. And when you do that, you change the world for one child. So imagine if we all committed to building a school around the world. So together we want to set some massive goals. We want to dream big. So we want to celebrate with inspiration to get us on that path. So we brought together some awesome friends to celebrate last year's actions and to look to this next. Stress, get involved in any issue or any cause you wish. We are here with that journey with you. And today, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to hear from former Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon. Wow! About what we can do to help protect the environment. Well, you know, we've got humanitarian and activist Mia Farrow, who's going to bring us frontline stories from what's been going on in the Congo and Sudan, understanding the refugee crises around the world. And we're going to hear from Canada's Man in Motion, love to Rick Hansen, for making the world more accessible. And I'm excited about this one. We're going to hear from the filmmaker Mike Downey about how he and his brother Gord Downey are collaborating with Indigenous communities and challenging young Canadians to become involved in reconciliation right here at home. Wow, what an amazing weekend we have today, because those lessons and success stories will inspire us all year long. Will inspire us to keep going. So remember at the beginning, we said at times, when you look at the world, it can seem kind of pessimistic, but it's dark. Together we can write some new headlines. Yes, together we can answer that cynicism of the adults with hope. And together we can have that optimism. Together we can do so much more, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the color of our skin. It doesn't matter what culture we might celebrate. The world needs all of us to come together. So right now, today, as we celebrate We Day right here, we are celebrating Generation We, or what we like to call Gen We. So everybody, if you're part of this generation, and if you're willing to take action, if you're willing to get involved, we want you to stand up. Everybody stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, Gen We. And we want you to answer these questions with the words Gen We. We want you to answer these questions with the words Gen We. So we look at our world today and we say, who will stand up to racism and hate? Who will open the doors for opportunity for all? And who will commit to creating a better country and world? Hi everybody, we love you, have a good day. Thanks so much.
This is awesome as it does right here in Toronto, and we're only going to ask you for your help. So, it's time for the media studies class, because we're going to learn about the magic of TV. Y'all ready?
Introducing people who are taking stage later on in the day. It could mean doing something for a second time, and some things might not even make sense. But guess what? They will on TV. And in those moments, we really need your help.
All right, so there'll be moments where people have walk-on music like we did, and there'll be other times where they won't have any. And it's not a mistake. Those are the moments that we need you. For example, we might ask you guys to be really quiet. But most of the time, we want you guys to get really loud. Can you help me out, Toronto? Toronto Arena in 2017, make some noise!
About. And right now is one of those moments. I can't wait to introduce your special broadcast host for the day. She's a two-time Grammy Award winner who just dropped her latest album, Meaning of Life. Make some noise for music superstar Kelly Clarkson!
To approach these people and learn their stories. He interviewed them while I photographed, and with their permission, of course. One story in particular stuck with me. We met a man called Chris who told us that his son had been hit by a car. His wife, unable to handle the grief, took her own life. Chris turned to addiction and came home one day to find himself looking at his own home that he was locked out of. It was heartbreaking. Chris, like almost every other single person we've met, was unwaveringly kind. They just want someone to see them as human beings. Recently, we put together a book that comes out this fall to showcase my work called Nowhere to Call Home, Photographs and Stories of the Homeless. We had two goals in creating this collection of photographs and stories. First, we wanted to shine a spotlight on homelessness, and second, we wanted to humanize these people, because so often they are seen as subhuman, and we want that to change. To show that they are people just like you and I. That's what I want all of you to take, so you just might gain a new perspective on your own life. Thank you, We Day.
Your story with us, Leah, and for everyone.
Help. We may not always see the signs of hunger, but it is all around us. Whether its presence is large or small, hunger is in each and every one of our communities, and it affects people from all walks of life. But you have the power to help make a difference. When you come together to collect food for We Scare Hunger, you can help ensure a family has enough food on the table. By holding a food drive or trick-or-treating for canned goods, you have the opportunity to contribute to your local community while raising awareness of the root causes of hunger. By coming together to take action on hunger, you can be a force of change in your community and even inspire others to volunteer at your local food bank. So what are you waiting for? Step up and start scaring hunger away today. Hunger plus food drive equals impact. Sign up for We Scare Hunger at we.org/WeScareHunger.
On what you care about. Our next guests are from a television show called
The Stars. Check it out.
I know I'll never be an ordinary kid. Okay? They stare. Let them stare. People don't like to touch me because they think I'm contagious.
He's a freak. There's been hanging out of me my life.
Could let the world decide all of the things that I can or can't do.
You are not ugly, and anyone who cares to know you will see that.
What if I had taken all the things that broke me and made them my truth?
I feel like you're all alone. Turn up.
I'm wide awake now. I'm free of the doubt. Don't wanna look down.
Oh, no high school either, huh?
And if I fall out, I'll lay on the ground and look to the
I don't like eating in front of people. What do you mean? I think I chew like some prehistoric swamp turtle. No joke. Me too.
It's like I got brand new eyes and I can finally see what has always been right there in front of me. And with these brand new eyes, I've taken everything and I will finally see.
At how we schools empower students to take meaningful actions, and encourages them to choose kind every day. I want to give a special shout out to a group of students here today who raise thousands of dollars every year for their community. St. J. Francis Schools, please stand up. Make some noise for them. Your volleyball tournament and PJ Dad School, all your work with We Create Change is hoping to raise money to make a difference in other people's lives, but you're also making a difference in your own lives. You're learning how to problem solve, communicate with each other, and work as a team. Every time you take action with We, you're preparing yourself for the future. Alright, We Day, I want to introduce your next guest, who just so happens to be starting with me.
Can I get like a do-over or something?
It's really important that the youth write the stories because this gives them an opportunity to let their voices and stories be heard.
One can. How far can one can go in our fight to make sure no kid ever has to go hungry?
Ford is committed to helping every can complete its journey.
Why? Because we're too many to see just one can. We see more fun at recess, instead of the day when we're sick.
Instead of trouble paying attention, we see more test mark A.
Instead of too many after-school work hours, we see more chances to be part of the team. We see more families with the power to keep their homes.
We see more kids fueled by confidence and focused on their dreams.
Why? Because for the millions of Canadians who experience food insecurity,
We Scare Hunger!
You can be the difference every October.
Donate what you can at your school and your local Ford store.
Let's stand up to hunger together.
And our next speakers are helping all the school group to use in this year's fundraising. We Day, put your hands together and give a really big We Day round of applause for Madej and Joseph Brand Public School. Thanks everybody.
We Day. We want to see all the photos.
Special surprise. As a thank you for all of your incredible work in the community, every student from Annunciation Catholic Elementary School here today is going home with 2 tickets to TFC this season. How cool is that? Congratulations, Tammy, and thank you once again. Thank you, We Day.
There are already so many young inventors who are making a difference through STEM. Let's take a look.
My favorite subject in school is science, because you can invent all different kinds of cool things and there's like no limit what you can do. One inventor is Benjamin Franklin, Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Alexander Bell Britain. No. It's kind of a tough one.
In school it was always a male inventor. I just realized.
Talk about Einstein and Benjamin, but you never hear a girl in a conversation.
To know that they were really performing, it gives me like motivation that I can invent something and make maybe like a change in the world, and that would be really cool.
Even in the coldest of winters, is to be applauded. Allow me to express my appreciation to to We Day and We Charity founders Craig and Mark Kilberger. Their tireless efforts and great leadership in engaging so many young people, such as yourselves, to take positive action and throwing events as fun as this are remarkable. They are great human beings, great leaders, aren't they? My special thanks also go to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. He is a good friend of mine, and he's a great leader, a true champion of youth and women's empowerment, both at home and abroad. He is also a leading voice in the fight against climate change. This is important, as climate change will be the defining issue in your lifetimes. As the Secretary General of the United Nations, I recognized that international community, including countries, the United Nations, businesses, and individuals, such as young people like yourselves, need to take joint action together and change our thinking and behavior in order to help our vulnerable planet. Can you do that? Our climate is changing. We have the best science available that details exactly how. But seeing these changes with my own eyes, rather than reading about them in scientific reports, truly underscored the severity of the problem at hand. During my time leading the United Nations, I have seen the ice caps melting and the sea levels rising in the Arctic Circle and the Antarctica. I have seen the Aral Sea in Central Asia and Lake Chad in West Africa, once among the largest lakes in the world, drastically shrunken as a result of environmental degradation and drought mismanagement. And in the past few months, we have witnessed destructive wildfires profoundly affect millions in Western Canada and the United States, just as two hurricanes of historic intensity in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico forced millions from their homes and rendered entire island virtually uninhabitable. Indeed, climate change is no longer just an environmental issue. It is also a security threat to our communities and livelihoods as it increases poverty and hunger and contributes to forced migration and multiplies other existing threats that often lead to instability and conflict. But despite all of this, there is certainly hope. We have a tangible plan of action to confront these threats to our planet in the Paris Climate Change Agreement. That is one of my proudest career achievements as UN Secretary General. It was signed by 196 state parties and entered into force last fall. It sets ambitious yet achievable targets to limit rising global temperatures, combat greenhouse gas emissions, and foster climate-resilient development. However, youth engagement, like yourself, is and will continue to be absolutely necessary to do this, and this is where all of you come in. We Day Toronto, I need to ask a few favors from you. I'm asking you to take the lead on this issue because it is your future. I'm asking you to remain engaged in your studies, your activism, your leadership, and your commitment to realizing, as the citizens of tomorrow, that we are truly all in this together today. I'm asking you to be careful of our precious natural resources and how they are used, and consider taking a sustainability pledge. I'm asking you to spread the importance of these actions with your friends, your parents, your teachers, and others. I'm again asking you to think not just about what climate change means to young people in your neighborhood, or your city, or your country, but what it means to your peers all around the world. I'm asking you, dear friends, to be the collective change makers of tomorrow. We are stronger.
When we campaign to raise awareness, we're bringing attention to important issues, but we're also learning how to problem solve and work with a team. And when we mentor after school, we not only help a fellow student, we learn how to express our ideas and communicate better. Every time we take action with me, we're making ourselves ready for the future. So don't stop. And remember, future me is confident, money smart, a leader, a collaborator, creator, and best of all, ready to take on anything.
It's something to celebrate. So, who will you be? Will you be an innovator? Will you be a communicator? A creator? Or how about an Olympian? You know, with the right skills, you can be anything that you want to be. So let's put those visions down. Let's post them online, share them with our family and friends, and hashtag #FutureMe. Keep inspiring one another, keep doing amazing things in your community, and of course, keep developing yourselves. But I want to do something right here, right now. Let's hear from someone in the audience. Who do you got for us, Hannah? What's your future me?
A change maker.
I love that. Love it, so good.
1, 2, 3.
It's time for the Wheel of Weed.
It is the wheel. Listen, what has been your favorite so far? Has it been the dance-up? Has it been the t-shirts? All right, let's see what we got. Script. That's how you do it. Spin the wheel, man. Give it a spin. Give it a spin. Give it a spin. Give it a spin. Make some noise, everybody!
You guys are not loud enough. You guys are not loud. Crazy.
By working together to collect funds, you can fundraise for villages or an impact of your choice. Every $50 is a go to a family. Empower women to support the children and take charge of their future. Follow the steps in the We School Student Guide to start competitions at your school who can collect the most change. After that, count and roll your coins and bring them into any RBC location. Every $50 roll of tunes provides a goat that will help a family overseas. Opportunity plus coin drive equals change. The money you raise will support families and communities building a brighter future. Go to we.org/WeCreateChange and sign up today.
Let's keep this energy going. We got a special surprise from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Crowd Pumpers are coming to you with some pairs of free tickets, so make some
to end extreme poverty by 2030. This resulted in the creation of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These 17 goals address current global issues such as poverty, education, and climate change. Goal number 5 is gender equality. And one thing that we know is that in order to change the world, we need to respect and value ourselves first. Woo, yeah. Through the DOVE grant, Unilever has worked with experts to develop tools and resources to build self-esteem and body confidence in young people. When we appreciate who we are, we feel empowered to go out into our communities, reach our goals, and work towards a more sustainable world. Our next speaker experienced the power of the DOVE self-esteem
Then I trained in dance in front of a mirror, and I began making comparisons. My body was different. It was curvier than others, and my confidence was put to a test. I thought back on a dumb self-esteem workshop that I had attended, and it helped to restore my confidence. At around the same time, I took a focus on studying science, and it didn't matter anymore that I looked different than the other dancers, or that I was pursuing a field that was male-dominated. To me, your achievements are a reflection of your self-esteem. The higher your self-esteem, the more that you will and you can achieve. I recently completed my honor Bachelor's of Science degree and just accepted I recently accepted my degree and just accepted my first breakthrough job. And in order to reach your dreams, you have to become your #1 fan. Thank you, E-Day.
Together, Unilever and we have created #WeValue, so we can show the world how we're taking action on gender equality. Raquel's story is just one amazing example. So, take out your phones and tell us on social media how you value gender equality. Like #WeValueWomen in STEM, or #WeValueDiversity, and #WeValueMen who are feminists. Whatever you're passionate about, we want to hear it. Let's take all of the action on the Sustainable Development Goals together. Now, our next speaker is a young change maker that's bringing awareness to the important issue of missing Indigenous women. Please join me in welcoming Dylan Kinoswe.
My name is Thielen Kinoswe. I'm 14 years old. I'm of the Wolf Clan, Potawatomi and Cree from Wapol Island, First Nation, Kajanam Territory. A few years ago, I was at Shawniga First Nations picking up garbage on Earth Day when I turned to my mom and asked, where did the children of the missing and murdered Indigenous women go? I innocently asked one question, and my mom didn't have an answer for me. The question lingered inside me. It was sometime later when I met an Indigenous woman whose mother had been killed that I realized I needed to help. As an eager child, I thought running across Canada to raise funds and awareness was a great idea. But Canada might be a little bit too big for a 9-year-old, so I put that idea on hold. Then I thought to bike across Ontario, but my mom wouldn't leave her child to bike on the side of busy highways. So instead, I gathered a team that also wanted to find a solution to the epidemic of missing and murdered Indigenous women. Since 2015, every year, we start in Ottawa and we're approximately 130 kilometers to Kitigan-Zibi in southern Quebec. Why do we do it? To honor the women who have been lost and to finally bring an end to this horrible epidemic. In April 2018, this will be our 4th annual run in partnership with Families of Sisters in Spirit. Running made me realize it's not about how fast you go, it's about the journey and spreading happiness along the way. That's why I'd like to perform a traditional hoop dance for you in the hopes that it creates happiness in your day. Thank you.
mom, I say, I'm from here. And then they ask me, where are you really from? So I tell them my story. That growing up, I didn't see anyone who looked like me on TV. It motivated me to become a TV reporter. And now, I lead one of the country's most diverse newsrooms at HuffPost Canada. So, put together unique stories like mine, and that becomes our collective identity. At HuffPost Canada, we've been sharing them through a series called Born and Raised, and we want to hear yours. So use the hashtag #BornAndRaised on social media and tell us your story.
And pop sensation, Sabrina Carpenter!
So I just took them out, and you ignored the music on the radio. I said it, but I don't ask for you to change, baby. No, when you don't ask for me to change, you tell me how we're not alike, but we work so well, and we don't even know what. Tell me how the stars come straight, 'cause we work so well, and we don't even know what. And you can probably find red ice, but we work so well, and we don't even know what. We don't even know why, no, we don't even know why, no. Cold outside and you're just in a t-shirt. I have cold blood even in a sweater. You start your night sipping by the kilo. I know you know, but I don't ask for you to change, baby. No, and you don't ask for me to change. You tell me how we're not alike, but we work so well, and we don't even know why. Tell me how the stars come straight, 'cause we work so well, and we don't even know why. And you can have a fire and ice, but we work so well, and we don't even know why. We don't even know why, no, we don't even know, no. But we don't even know, so we don't even know. We don't even know, yeah. So now we end up on the same side. You would think that we'd be alright. Even our eyes are different colors, but we see fine. So now we end up on the same side. You would think that we'd be alright. Even our eyes are different colors, but we see fine. 'Cause we work so well, but we don't even know why. 'Cause we work so well, but we don't even know why. Because we work so well, we don't even know why. We don't even know why, no, we don't even know. No. Thank you, Yvette. Sabrina Carpenter!
Awesome, thank you everyone. She's obviously not here right now. If I knew a song, I'd sing it. I have 4 children and no life. I'm just kidding, I love my children. Alright, you tell me when you want me to go again. Oh, I'm back here. Bye! I'm just trying not to fall. Hey, if I fall on this stage and you don't laugh, I'm gonna hate y'all. It's only funny when everyone laughs. Hey! Okay. Oh.
I'm gonna take this side, you take that side, and Corey's gonna take this side. We're gonna see who has the most energy. right now. Are you guys ready? No. You guys ready? Who's got the most energy inside of you right now? Turn down the wolf.
Hold on a second. You people up top were jumping higher than my friends.
Yeah.
I'll see you up top.
Party. Away from BC to perform his platinum single, Sound of Your Heart. Give it up for my homie, Sean Hook.
My sword is shield, grace under pressure, my power steel. I was a storm, weighing you down. You were the angel, I changed the ground. I was the one you are, just on my chest. Can't stop this bleeding, can't stop you.
Y'all ready for a song? All right, y'all, I've had the most amazing time being here today and sharing this experience with all of you. Have y'all had a good time? You were all compassionate and caring and using your voices to speak out in the best way, and I love it and I appreciate it. Thank you. And together with your families, your friends, and your school, you are working to make a difference. And most of all, y'all are all strong. Come on, give it up. Y'all all made it here. And you know what that means? I might have a song called Stronger. Anybody want to sing it with me? Yeah! All right! Woo! Hands up!
We got ACC. Welcome, Nathan
Ani bonjour, wache. Can I get a Sego back? Sego! Collectively, let's bring our hearts and minds together as one and acknowledge the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the New Credit, as well as the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee people. As I look across this crowd today, I'm inspired to see so many young leaders, the leaders of right now, and I wish you well as you venture on to all of the celebrations that you have today. I ask us all to bring our hearts together as one, whether you're a person of color, whether you're Indigenous, whether your family has immigrated here.
We may get loud for a true champion of weed, Bailey Madison!
From the bottom of my heart to congratulate you for being here today. I am so inspired by all of you. And please hear me when I say this, that you are making the world a better place. And you and everyone down here, everyone behind me, you are the future. So use your voice, it is powerful. Believe in yourself and love yourself and go and be the change. I cannot wait to see you guys are going to do. Closer, we're friends. Okay, I am so excited to be here with Annika Leffler and Kaylee Rich from
Crystal Perez.
What's up, VA? Awesome. So hello, We Day. My name is Celeste.
And I'm Crystal. We're two sisters from Toronto.
who love food and love people. These passions came together and led us to start a charity called Sacrifice. When we were in elementary school, we noticed that the cool kids were the ones who had the yummiest snacks. You know, the pizza pockets, the fruit roll-ups, the fries, and the chicken nuggets. High school was the same thing, and we realized that home cooking wasn't really valued.
Like Odd Squad and Orphan Black. Make some noise for Toronto's very own, my good friend, Millie Davis! Hey everyone! I'm Millie Davis. The most important thing I learned while filming Wonder was that bullying is hurtful and wrong. I've been bullied before and it wasn't a good feeling. It can be really tough to escape other people's negative opinions of you. Because bullying doesn't just happen in person, it also happens online. But I've also learned that a bully and their words don't define you. Even though it's difficult, stand up for yourself and for others, because it's so important that we all look out for each other. That's what I do, because I don't want anyone to ever feel the way I do. And now, I want to introduce something that I'm so proud to be a part of, the And Action Program.
I'm sure we can make this a fun and productive day. Let's start with roll call. Let's see. Eric Cartman? Here. All right, and how about Stan Marsh? Okay, and where is Kenny McCormick?
Drinking any milk, huh? You have to be drinking milk for that to happen. Not with me, man.
All right, look, why don't we skip roll call? Here's what we're gonna do today.
Performers know you are a generation making a difference. They've been part of the Weave family for years, and they keep coming back because they. Yep,
I'm good. Bathroom. Go to the bathroom. No, I'm fine.
I'm so glad. I would have never agreed
No,
to
I'm fine now. Alex, do not hold it in. I'm fine. I don't hold it in. It doesn't want to come out right now. So
you're gonna have to do that whole cheering thing again. I'm mad. And then I'm gonna say, "Give it up for Gabe," and then like cheer like you didn't cheer. All right, make some noise. 1, 2, 3. Making a difference. They've been part of the Weave family for years, and they keep coming back because you motivate.
Can I get a Sego back? Sego! Sego! Collectively, let's bring our hearts and minds together as one and acknowledge the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the New Credit, as well as the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee people. As I look across this crowd today, I'm inspired to see so many young leaders, the leaders of right now, and I wish you well as you venture on to all of the celebrations that you have today. I ask us all to bring our hearts together as one, whether you're a person of color, whether you're Indigenous, whether your family has immigrated here.
All right, before we go any further, we want to introduce you to a few friends of ours who will help us out with hosting today.
So since we're taking part, we're talking all about Gen We. We thought it would be fitting that a couple of Gen We ambassadors come out and tell us what's up.
That's right, so we need you to get as loud as you can for our youth hosts, Hannah Alpha and Ty Young.
My name is Hannah Alper, and I've been working alongside We for 5 years, and I still get so excited for every single We Day. But this is...
They are proving that we are stronger when we work together. We are happier when we work in the service of others. We succeed when we have purpose in our lives. In today's world, too many people feel cynical and apathetic. I get that the challenges we face sometimes seem complex and even scary, especially when we don't know who to turn to for answers. I know that while this generation of young people wants to make our world a better place, you often struggle to get your voices heard. I know that you, more than any previous generation, care deeply about the health and sustainability of arts.
Now our next speaker is a Canadian icon who used hard work, determination, and his indomitable spirit to raise awareness for a cause close to his heart. Let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand for the Graham family? Your strength is absolutely stunning. Countless Canadian soldiers and veterans have sacrificed for our country, and yet they remain undefeated. They are unconquered. They are Invictus. Right now, Toronto is hosting the third and largest Invictus Games ever. More than 550 injured servicemen and women from 17 nations are competing in these games. The Invictus Games use the power of sport.
Condition called cleidocranial dysplasia, or CCD for short, and it affects every 1 in a million people about. So CCD is something I was born with, and it affects the development of bones and teeth, and I don't have a collarbone actually, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, it's weird, right? Also, these front teeth here, these are fake. I also have a pretty cool job. I work on a show called Stranger Things. And something even more awesome happened when I got the part. See, the creators decided they would rewrite my character and he would have CCD as well. And that meant a lot to me, and I knew I had to use this opportunity to help raise awareness about CCD and to let people know they shouldn't be afraid of showing their differences. So today, I
from Father John Secondary School. Congratulations, Julia. Now, I hope each of you here today uses everything that you see, that you hear, and that you experience as motivation to change the world, just like Julia. Thank you so much and have a great weekend!
But in the years to come, I want to work with you to help encourage, identify and support the new generation of leadership. Both local and global leaders. Today at We Day, you're not surrounded by negativity. You're not fighting on your own. You are working together. You are supporting each other, and together, you are going to change the world. Thank you.
Terry, on behalf of Toronto, on behalf of Canada.
Good morning, weekday. How's everybody doing today? Good? That's great. What an honor it is to take the stage today as co-chair of We Day Toronto, surrounded by such inspirational change makers. Your energy and desire to make the world a better place is truly unmatched. When I look out into this room, I see the future. I see Generation We. I see a group of people who, no matter where life takes you, will never lose the spark to change the world. That's why I am so excited to present the first ever Gen We Award. You guys ready for this?
So let's make Girl on Girl Hate a fad we forget ever existed and spread some girl love. Are you ready to change the world with me? Are you ready? You are my favorite. I love you so much. One love Superwoman. That is a rep and zoom.
Assistant Manager of Partnerships and Events at Ford of Canada, Laura Grincourt, and President and CEO at Ford of Canada, Mark Bazal.
We are so humbled and inspired to be here with all of you today. You're the change makers and future leaders. As a matter of fact, it's everyone in this building that is the inspiration for our Ford dealers to work with We Food, with We Schools, collecting food items for We Scare Hunger. And believe me, you're all making a big impact on those in need.
And thanks to your great effort and amazing work, with 625,000 pounds of food that reached Canadian food banks since 2014.
That's just amazing. And I know with your help, we can make We Scare Hunger for 2017 the most successful year yet.
And remember, it doesn't take
her love of photography to shed light on an issue that affects so many people. Homelessness. Please be in Toronto, make some noise for Leah Denmark!
I want to ask you all something. When you see someone sitting on the sidewalk, asking for change, or just trying to talk, what do? Do you ask them, or do you just keep walking? I know it can be scary to approach someone that you don't know on the street, and of course, you shouldn't do so without a parent or guardian. But I've learned so much from just talking to people. I've been a photographer.
Please.
St. Clement Catholic School in Toronto! Congratulations for volunteering your time with the Canadian Food for Children each year. So stay in your seats, someone will bring your tickets to you.
Okay, so don't play us off just yet, guys. We're almost done. Okay, I just have a few more words. Guys, come on, shh. Gosh. Okay, be sure to get involved by attending Community Day on October 14th. Free movies, save on concessions, and earn extra scene points. All while supporting community initiatives. Gosh, come on, really? Can you say more?
And those are many movies. But don't limit your activism to just one day. Participate in the We Volunteer Now campaign by finding a cause you're passionate about and making a difference.
All right, we'll see you at the movies.
You gotta go.
1, 2, 3, make some noise!
Are you guys having fun? Let me hear you make some noise! Okay, now can every girl in this room please proudly raise her hand? Talk about girl power! This story is for all of you. So once upon a time, there was a girl named Evie who lived in a movie called Descendants. Behind the magic, the fairy tale, and the blue hair,
All right, Liz.
Three.
With two stools, we do called rapid fire. I'm going to fire out some questions, and I just want one word answer.
I'm
okay?
good.
Both of you. Yeah. Country or pop? Country.
Hip hop.
Okay. Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Hockey or curling?
Curling.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Okay. Dog or cat? Okay. Winter or summer?
Summer.
Summer.
Spaghetti or pizza?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza. This is a big one. Katy Perry or Taylor Swift? Okay, maybe we won't answer it. Guys, can we please give them one more big round of applause? Thank you so much, guys. Oh, my goodness, check it out. Have a good one, guys.
What are y'all doing? How you doing? What's up? Nice. I'm so excited to be here. Y'all ready to have a good day? Okay, so y'all, all of you are here right now. All of you are proof that your generation is making a difference. And I'm inspired by each and every one of y'all. And today and every day, let's celebrate the changes you are making. Anyone who knows me knows I'm an outspoken person. It is true. I can't hold back. But I'm not afraid to tell people what I think or what I feel, because I feel that's important. And if you follow me on social media, you know I like to call out online bullies and haters, because it's a favorite pastime of mine.
I can't even, there's bodyguards in the way. Stupid bodyguard. Yeah, because a bodyguard. Goddamn bodyguard. Move out of the way. Oh my god, look who it is. This is crazy. Stupid bodyguards are in the way.
Alright, come on.
As co-chair of We Day Toronto, surrounded by such inspirational change makers. Your energy and desire to make the world a better place is truly unmatched. When I look out into this room, I see the future. I see Generation We. I see a group of people who, no matter where life takes you, will never lose the spark to change the world. That's why I am so excited to present the first ever Gen We Award. You guys ready for this?
A fellow student and I put together a slideshow for the school assembly to create awareness for We Walk for Water. On the playground during recess, we would collect money and walk around with signs, water, jugs and pop tabs, and reusable grocery bags with water bottles to spread awareness. Guys, how amazing is that? Talk about taking strides to create change. Thank you for what you are doing. Right? All right, so now we have Kate Kerr from McMurray Public School. What have you been up to, Kate?
I'm so happy to be a part of WE. Every year, our school McMurray holds 2 events, Business Day and Poetry Day. We use these platforms to creatively raise awareness and fundraise for WE Villages.
That is fantastic, you guys. I know that you still have it in you, so make some loud noise for these 2 beautiful. And beauty, true beauty, lies not outside, but inside each and every single one of us. And we should never let anyone ever define us by any reflection in a mirror, but by the love in our hearts and the intelligence in our minds. And education is our superpower. Books and pens are our greatest weapons, and we, girls, we are our own knights in shining armor. So today, let's
where we live bravely, we educate ourselves endlessly, and we fight for our dreams relentlessly. Because a girl with a dream and an education is a force to be reckoned with. Thank you so much, Wide. I am honored to be here among the presence of all of you, empowered.
How's your feeling today? Good. What are you looking at there, Jay?
I am looking at this wheel thing. I mean, let's have some fun with this. What do you want to do?
Hold on a second. You guys have never seen this before. This is the Wheel of Wheel.
Okay. But what is that?
Well, listen, why don't I just show you by spinning it? If it lands on a dance-off, then we're going to have a dance-off. If it's trivia, then it's trivia. Whatever it lands on, we are going to rock, and hopefully it'll land on the t-shirt giveaway. But let's see.
Okay,
Ready?
let's see.
We're on the wheel.
All right, let's go. I feel like a game show. Right. Oh, there we are. Okay, let's do it.
And male, Mr. David Wamsley.
Holy day. For years, the Globe and Mail has brought inspiration to Canadians. After all, covering the news is about more than just stories that we see and hear. It's our chance to gain a deeper understanding of the issues we all care about, how we inform ourselves and develop media literacy and take action. That's why I'm here to announce a new partnership with We. You can find it at globalmail.com/GlobeWe. Together, we are building an online space where both parents and kids can gain a deeper understanding of the day's headlines, as well as issues we learn about here at We Day. It's a dynamic mix of quick read articles, video and infographics that you can check into anytime and anywhere. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection.
Oh, really?
Food. Indigenous millennials to watch.
Give it up for Lisa Charlie Roy! Ever since I was in high school, I wanted to move to a big city. I envisioned myself in a flashy, fast-paced life that I thought was unattainable in my suburban hometown. My father was from a tiny reserve in BC, he's still Coquille, and my mother grew up in Arizona. They met when she came up north, and she was a missionary, and they eventually married. However, my father went to residential school when he was a kid, and he was really scarred by that experience, and he committed suicide when I was just 4 years old. And at that time, there weren't a lot of
Amazing, listen, you gotta give it a go, right? That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, Andre. Yeah! Really good. As an Olympian, do you feel it is your responsibility to inspire young athletes? And if so, how do you do that in particular?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, when I won 3 Olympic medals, definitely didn't see that coming. But now I just try to be the best version of myself. You know, whether it's going back to the school, going to track clinics, just trying to go on and just inspire all these youth. You know, they're the future. And right now, they're actually inspiring me right now.
Amazing. So sort of that like lead by example.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's incredible. Now, I know you've had some pretty incredible mentors in your life, but often you refer to your coach Tony Sharp as your mentor. How has he changed your life?
Oh yeah, he's had a big impact on my life. I hope he get a
I've been lost, I've been wrong. Now I believe it. Better days, better days. I'm not so far away.
focusing on youth, diversity, the environment, and reconciliation. Today, we get to celebrate the We Day Toronto winner, Vanessa Fiore.
Hi, We Day. My We Innovate design is an all-in-one device that converts food waste into biogas and biogas into energy to power businesses.
Congratulations! Let's give it up one more time for Vanessa.
Were summarily rounded up and confined in prison camps with no charges and no trial. I still remember the barbed wire fences that confined me. I remember the sentry towers with the machine guns pointed down at us. I remember the searchlight that followed me when I made the night runs to the latrine from our barrack. To 5-year-old me, though, I thought it was kind of nice that they lit the way for me to pee. Children are amazingly adaptive.
Chocolate, because it makes a positive impact too. You can help transform communities and build sustainable cacao farms.
When you purchase Midori chocolate, you're supporting communities in Ecuador who help make it happen. You just saw how they're made and the impact they have, but you're probably wondering how to find them.
Well, just head over to any Longos. The Midori chocolate is exclusively sold there.
What could be better than chocolate that changes lives?
See you soon!
Please welcome back to the stage co-chair of We Day Toronto.
In infinite combinations, we depicted the utopian world of the 23rd century. That utopian world was science fiction. We live today in our world of real challenges of the 21st century. We live in a time of division, conflict, hate, and in my own childhood, I lived through a horrible chapter of history. On December 7, 1941, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor and plunged the world into a second World War. And overnight, Americans and Canadians of Japanese ancestry were looked at with suspicion and fear and hatred, simply because we happened to look like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor.